Hello, YouTube. It's Edgar. It's been a little while since I've uploaded a video. I've actually recorded one just before October, but it was only about 5 minutes long, mostly because the theme of the free sketches that I was doing then mostly led to a lot of naked boobies. And as we know, YouTube does not like seeing naked lady bits. So, of course, I only had one picture I was able to upload, and I just forgot to upload the video. Yeah, and October, I actually went and did this challenge to myself where I drew a horror-based or gory or some sort of Halloweeny-based image every single day. And I actually made quite a bit selling your character here's of all those gory and horror images. I think people enjoyed it. I thought about making a video, a montage of some of the images that I did, but unfortunately there are quite a few that, once again, YouTube would not approve of. Although there are a lot of really good images, so if you want to check them out, there's nothing stopping you from going to my Fur Affinity or my SoFurry or my Ink Bunny or wherever you want to check it out and going and seeing the images that I made. I'll provide a link to my profile as usual. What I'm doing here, though, in this video in particular, is I'm actually uh, practicing torsos. I mean, that may be obvious to you by now, or you may just like listening to the sound of my voice. Who knows? I did wake up just recently, so it's still got that early morning scratchiness to it. But some people like that scratchiness. Indeed. I'm doing practice torsos because I believe that my anatomy needs a little bit of work. Yeah. So I figured, why not just do some practice? I I was recently watching some tutorials here on YouTube, specifically by a YouTube artist by the name of Rake. Well, he goes by Rake. I think the name is like Ronaldo Chincaro or something like that, but his YouTube channel is REIQ Rake. He does these really great torso sketches, and I thought, you know what, I would really like to be able to do that. So here I am practicing my ability to draw torsos in just sketches really quickly. Uh, and then I actually wanted to take the torsos to the next level, as I usually enjoy doing with things. So, what did I do? That's right, I held a raffle. Well, actually, not a raffle. What I did was I just collected a whole bunch of characters from people who were willing to give their characters up for this sort of thing. And I'm finishing all as many torsos as I can with other people's characters. Mostly because I think these torsos are sexy. I think other people think these torsos may be sexy. And I enjoy the practice of drawing different body types and putting them into different poses and positions. So, other people allowing me to use their characters is perfect for this sort of thing. In fact, I still have the journal up, so if you want to have your character put into these um, torso sketches, you know, go ahead and visit the journal. I'll put a link to that too in the bottom. Now, the tutorial that I watched just before I started drawing this one was actually about butts. Yep. So if you're seeing an underlying theme with the torsos that I've been sketching, well, I hope you're seeing butts. Yes, there are only really two torsos here in this lot that don't really focus on the butt, but they do have a important view of it. Uh, you know, one is the frontal view, so it's more like the hip of the butt, and the other one is laying down. And I really do want to do more laying down poses, and I think my next one will have a few laying down poses. Okay, so now we're getting into it. The first character I picked was a lioness who had a very big boobed body type. You know, big boob, little waist, so had to increase the bust a little bit there, but the characters in these poses all have underwear on. Which is why I'm able to post this. I've actually done 4 other sketch blocks of torsos, but none of them are going to get posted here on YouTube because I didn't record them. Mostly because there were going to be lady bits or man bits. One of the torso sketches I did was actually men, male torsos, because I actually do need to practice my male torsos more, so my next one is probably going to be males again. So if you have any gorgeous males, or nice and buff males, head to my journal. Let's see, so this lioness was fairly basic in the coloring department, so it was pretty quick. Just gave her the bra and panties, and boom. Most of the work was really in the shading and the line work. Because, I mean, you look how quickly the coloring went compared to the rest of it. And then I gave her an accented outline. Nothing incredible. And we finished that one. And look at that butt. Look at that butt. I actually cut out the parts where I switched over to her reference because it's completely nude, and we certainly couldn't show that on here, right? I actually did that with a couple of them here. 3 of them, because the other ones are safe for YouTube. But this one wanted some lace on her underwear, so I gave her a little lace. I'm not positive what the species of this one is. I think it's a humanoid Eevee type. I'm not sure. But her name is Pickles. Actually owned by somebody who has come back to me time and time again for images and has purchased a few things from me. I feel like they're a friend of mine now. Really, I don't know them that well, but I'm not really the type of person to get to know people online that well anyway. So I guess they're as much friends as they really need to be, right? It's like, I feel like I know them a little bit. Usually the character I'm drawing for them is this blue long-tailed lady who, by the way, probably going to end up in one of my torso sketchbooks. I'm going to try to do one with a couple of tars. I'm really not a huge fan of TARs, but it's something that I gotta learn. I gotta learn to deal with because they're there, and I want to be able to do anything. So I gotta learn to do the TARs. Uh, yes. Ooh, a little stuffy. Uh, let's see. Yeah, so this one had a slightly more complex pattern to her. Nothing that I can't handle, of course. I try to get as close to the reference as possible, but sometimes, the posture and the reference don't really match up that well. Because I mean, it's great when people have complex patterns, but because the references are static poses like front, back, or side, it's not always that easy to really figure out and follow along with the different patterns that people can have. Anyway, the character that I'm drawing here is actually a male character that wanted to be femitized. So I went around a little bit of a debate with myself as to whether to give him comically large boobies or the little boobies. And I went with the little ones, as you can see, squished upon the ground, laying down. I thought that it was a fairly good pose, even though it came right out of my head. I really should have referenced for this one before I before I finished it up, really. But I mean, I think it looks nice enough, and sometimes really that's all that counts in art is to look nice enough. Not have to be completely correct, even though sometimes that's the way I like it, being correct. In fact, there's a lot of artists that I can't stand because they look so off, even though they become like very popular. Like their anatomy, you can tell that they didn't practice it well enough, but their coloring is so superb that everybody loves it anyway. So, I guess in a way, it may or may not matter. ah, but I'll stop getting down on that. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, little boobies, big boobies, laying down. Well, the torso practice is a lot of fun. It kind of reminds me of when I do your character here's of like just pinup pieces, But this is definitely the lighter version from the pinup because I mean heads and hair, I don't have to worry about that as much on this one as I did on the pinups. With this, I can just mess around a little while, and it still looks nice because let's admit, I mean, a lot of beauty is in the torso, how it moves and how it appears. But I cut off the arms most of the time, and the legs, and the tails. The tails, I usually cut them off midway. I just happen to feel like putting this guy's tail like completely in just because I thought it was all right. It wouldn't take up too much room with the pose, especially since I had it crumpled down like that. Now, this one, I really appreciate this person putting this character forward. This is a reptile, a snake, so she's flat chested, just like my reptile lady. You know, um, biologically correct. There we go. But it has the accentuated hips and rump of the female form. So, still very beautiful. Very beautiful. And said that they wanted the character in undies, so of course I can totally do that. And so flat-chested female, no problem. Look at that. It's a snake. I think I said that, didn't I? Huh. Well, what do you know? When I'm just waking up and narrating these things, I can't always keep my head on straight. Then again, if I kept my head on straight all the time, I wouldn't really be a very good artist now, would I? Especially for the Halloween stuff. Have you checked it out yet? If you haven't, it's okay. But it's really a lot of gore, a lot of gore. So if you haven't signed up for one of the sites, you would have to if you wanted to see them all. I actually built a folder specifically for the Halloween stuff. Halloween Fest or Halloween Your Character Your Fest 2017. I have a folder for it on each of the sites that I post my art on. Alright, so this is Cake the Snake, and the pattern is very interesting. It's like white rimmed blue spots, which is very neat, and then like just the white and blue base markings, or base coats, I guess. So that's nice. And I gave the extra long neck, not complete, because I mean the character still had a lot more neck left, but I didn't want to take up a lot of the image with neck. Like over on the other torso sheet, I drew Cathena, and if any of you have been following me on the other sites, Cathena, you'll know, has a really long neck. She's like a mix between some kind of abyssal fish and some kind of flying creature. But she has like those pointy lower jaw teeth coming out at all times, and she's dangerous. Deadly beauty, I guess. Most perfect predator. Uh, you know, a lot better of a predator than the aliens in the Aliens movies. The xenomorphs, whatever they want to call them. I hate that name. I really do. But that's mostly because I have a character named Xeno, and it makes me feel like they're really sort of. I don't like them. No, I don't like the xenomorphs. Anyway, this character. What can I say about this character? Uh, that's right. The person who posted her requested a transgender colored underwear, and I didn't know what that meant, but what they meant was the transgender flag. See, they missed that word, but that's okay. I was still accommodating because I asked them, "What do you mean?" And they gave me reference, so I was still able to pull it off. Although the view doesn't really uh, allow her to show much of the flag itself. Hey, I just happened to use the character on the day that I was practicing butts. So, yeah. But, see, there's the flag. Did you see it? Came quick, disappeared. Uh, Basically, I just tried to throw the colors in a sensible manner for the pose. You can't really see the front or the bra or anything, so I just had to work with what you could see. Because I mean, it's I didn't raffle the poses this time. The poses are really just given away by where I feel what character would fit. And this just happened to be where I felt this character fit. I mean, with the body type, because I'm not really sticking to any specific body type when I sketch the poses. So by the time that it ends up being a full character, I basically have to change the body a little bit to make accommodations. That being said, I try to choose the torso that's already the closest to the character's body type, so that I don't have that much body work to really worry about to make the torso fit the character. Let's see. This character is sort of like, well, I guess, a cat with wings. There was a problem with their reference that they gave me, though. When the reference that they gave me is a JPEG, which actually most of the references were. JPEGs, they have really bad artifacts on them, but here's the thing, the character reference that they sent me has really, like, this weird glittery overlay that basically makes it so I couldn't really pull the colors properly. You can't really see it because I go by so quick. I might sit on it a bit when I get to the colors, but I I couldn't pull the colors properly. So the character ends up looking a little bit bland in the end, but the body type, I guess, is what matters more, and the style, because with the bow and the lacy, and they like gothic Lolita, but I didn't really show that off that much, which I could have, but they wanted underwear instead of like a dress, which I could do a dress, but they didn't want a dress. That's all right. Maybe next time, because I mean, on the journal I said that people could give up to 2 characters of each gender. Into the other torso sketch pictures, I actually included 2 characters of a person each. Here we go. I actually set pretty long, so I cut it short, but yeah, there's this weird, like, yellow sparkle that's sort of overlaying the character, which made it hard for me to try to pull her specific colors from the picture. So I just had to really guess. I had to wing it, really. And I don't think that I got the torso. Yeah, I don't think I got the base color right. But yeah, close, I think. Anyway, this was my torso sketches. This is probably what I'm going to be doing a little bit for now. Instead of the scenes, mostly because I just got to practice my torsos. Because my guys look like sacks of potatoes. And I will post again next time. So see you then. Bye.